Hello and welcome to things I find interesting that happened today in the past, aka Tifitht Itp. This show is all about the historical events of the past, both recognized by actual historians and ones I personally find interesting enough to talk about. My information comes from the smart device application on this day, the icon of which can be seen as cutoff prevention in the beginning and end of this video. Anyway, on with the show! Today is Tuesday, aka Tuesday, January 19th, 2016. In 2012, the Hong Kong-based file-sharing website Mega Upload was shut down by the FBI. In 2006, the New Horizons probe was launched by NASA on the first mission to planet Pluto. In 1999, British Aerospace agreed to acquire the defense subsidiary of the General Electric plc, forming Base Systems in November of 1999. In 1997, Yasser Arafat returned to Hebron after over 30 years and joined celebrations over the handover of the last Israeli-controlled West Bank city. In 1993, the Czech Republic and Slovakia joined the United Nations. In 1986, the first IBM PC computer virus was released into the wild. It was a boot sector virus dubbed C-Brain and was created by the Farooq Alavi brothers in Lahore, Pakistan, in a vain attempt to deter piracy of the software they had written. In 1983, the Apple Lisa, the first commercial computer program from Apple Inc. to have a graphical user interface as well as a computer mouse, was announced. In 1983, Nazi war criminal Klaus Barbie was arrested in Bolivia. In 1978, the last Volkswagen Beetle made in Germany left VW's plant in Emden. Beetle production in Latin America continued until 2003. In 1977, snow fell in Miami. This is currently the only time in the history of the city in which this occurred. Snow also fell in the Bahamas. In 1974, China stole control over all the Parcel Islands after a military engagement between the naval forces of the People's Republic of China and the Republic of Vietnam, aka South Vietnam. In 1969, student Jan Palach died after having set himself on fire 3 days prior in Paraguay's Wenceslao Square to protest the invasion of Czechoslovakia by the Soviet Union in 1968. His funeral then turned into another major protest. In 1960, Japan and the United States signed the US-Japan Mutual Security Treaty. In 1953, almost 72% of all television sets in the United States were turned into I Love Lucy to watch Lucy give birth. In 1949, Cuba recognized Israel. In 1945, during World War II, Soviet forces liberated the Lodz Ghetto. Of over 200,000 inhabitants since 1940, less than 900 had survived the Nazi occupation. In 1935, Cooper's Inc. sold the world's first briefs. In 1920, the United States Senate voted against joining the League of Nations. In 1915, during World War I, in the first major aerial bombardment of a civilian target, German Zeppelins bombed the towns of Great Yarmouth and King's Lynn in the United Kingdom, murdering at least 20 people. Also in 1915, Georges Claude patented the neon discharge tube for use in advertising. In 1883, the first electric lighting system employing overhead wires built by Thomas Edison began service in Roselle, New Jersey. In 1862, during the American Civil War, the Battle of Mill Springs occurred, in which the Confederacy suffered its first significant defeat during the conflict. In 1861, during the American Civil War, Georgia declared its secession from the United States, joining South Carolina, Florida, Mississippi, and Alabama. And in 1607, San Agustin Church in Manila was officially completed. It is the oldest church still standing in the Philippines. Births: Paula Deen, 1947, Edgar Allan Poe, 1809, Robert E. Lee, 1807. And that concludes Tifitht Itp for your dose of passive insanity. I am Ayo, and you are you. Toodles!